to the coach. You have so many other people injured.
Elo, who led the Cavaliers in scoring in their first game of this series when they were beaten by 7 points. Missing his first free throw. The Cavaliers have not...
קרייג אילו, הנשק הסודי, או לא כל כך סודי בעצם, של לני ווילקינס מהספסל. בעיקר עולה למגרש מטעמים הגנתיים, סוג של דבק כזה קרצייה. אבל תורם גם את חלקו במכסת הנקודות עם 12 בממוצע למשחק בסדרה הזאת.
At the end of the first quarter, in each of the first 3 games, Chicago had a sizable lead as Chris Dudley commits the foul.
Yeah, well, if nothing else, at least the Cavs have a chance here with only 2 minutes to go to perhaps, well, certainly they're not going to be trailing by 10 points, I wouldn't think.
That's what they were down at the end of the first quarter in game 1. They were down by 6 in game 2, down by 15 in game 3.
מייקל ג'ורדן בעונת 88-89 מוביל את הליגה עם 32.5 נקודות למשחק. מיד אחריו קרל מלון עם 29, דייל אליס מסיאטל עם 27, קלייד דרקסלר, קריס מלין, אלכס אינגליש, דומיניק ווילקינס, צ'ארלס ברקלי, תום צ'יימברס. סוגר את העשירייה הזאת עם 25 נקודות למשחק.
אילו trying to get it underneath to Dudley. Dudley had his shot blocked by Sellers. Ball rolling loose. Comes into the hands of Harper. Harper toward the basket. That won't go. Rebound still loose. And Sellers finally comes away with it. Off to Michael. Michael collides with Valentine. And Valentine's going to be called for the foul. He's not happy with it.
מייקל מקבל את הרספקט מהשופטים, בטח בבית. ג'ורדן נבחר ב-88-89 לחמישיית העונה בצוותא עם מג'יק ג'ונסון מהלייקרס, צ'ארלס ברקלי, אז עוד במדי פילדלפיה 76, קרל מלון מיוטה והקים עליי ג'ואן מיוסטון. איזה חמישייה, אולי אחת הטובות בכל הזמנים.
Jordan has averaged 35 points a game in this series. He's averaged 10 assists, and he's averaged 3.5 steals a game.
Well, you saw the shot of Michael Jordan. He's just absolutely dripping wet with perspiration. Obviously working very hard out here on both ends of the court, as he usually does.
This can tie the score if he makes it. We are tied at 21.
Big plus for Chicago, Pete. Big plus, because they have not shot the ball well at all, and here they are in a tie ball game.
Valentine brings it down over to Elo. Valentine goes into the paint, now takes the jumper over Jordan. It's way wide. Rebound pulled away by Brad Sellers. He gets it off to Michael Jordan as Chicago tries to grab the lead this trip. Corzine back to Jordan. Operating along that baseline. He got hammered along the line.
Well, I told you Michael's going to draw some traffic when he goes into the paint area, and he obviously is doing quite a bit of it, as indicative of the number of free throws he just shot already. Here we're in the first period, and Michael's been to the free throw line. This is his 7th and 8th trips.
He's a perfect 6 for 6 his first 3 trips to the line. Now there's his first miss.
בעידן טרום האליפויות של הבולס מייקל עדיין לא היה נחשב לקלעי חוץ קטלני כמו בשלהי הקריירה שלו. עדיין היה שחקן שחושב חדירה לסל בכל פעם שהכדור אצלו. אנחנו רואים את זה מתחילת המשחק ואת ההליכה שלו אל הקו לעתים תכופות. עדיין מייקל ג'ורדן הצעיר מוצג במשחק הזה.
Elo works against Pippen. Dudley working against Corzine. He travels. The Cavalier turnover gives it right back to Chicago, and they can increase their lead here with 45 seconds remaining. Craig Hodges will check back in. And Michael Jordan will sit down. That's about the only breather that Jordan's going to get the last few seconds of a quarter early.
Yeah, Doug Collins צנום, קצת
חלש יחסית. מייקל ג'ורדן מתיישב על הספסל, מפנה את המקום לקרייג הודג'ס שחוזר לפרקט. הודג'ס היה ידוע יותר כשוטינגארד ופחות כמנהל משחק, עם יד קטלנית בעיקר מחוץ לקשת השלוש. רבע השני מציג את הסקנד סקוואד של שתי הקבוצות.
Greg Hodges called for his second. And Cleveland will have a chance to get the lead right back here. At the line, Mark Price looking for his first points of the night.
סיכוי שתראו את מרק פרייס מחטיא קליעת עונשין הוא קטן מאוד. אחד הקלעים הגדולים בהיסטוריה של הליגה ובכלל של הענף כשמדובר בזריקות מקו העונשין. למעלה מ-90% לאורך כל הקריירה שלו לרכז הזה של קליבלנד. לא החטיא לאורך כל הפלייאוף מרק פרייס. אז הסקנד סקוואד בין הסיום הרבע הראשון לרבע השני תופסים את המקום על הפרקט, אבל ההתקפה האחרונה קולינס מחזיר את מייקל למגרש.
Now Michael begins his movement. Corzine will have to take it.
It wasn't much better.
And the good Cleveland defense, which stopped Chicago those last two trips, keeps Cleveland on top 23-22 at the end of the first. Chicago has really shot the ball poorly. Paxson, Corzine, Sellers. Greg Hodges with it now. Jordan getting a breather early in the second quarter as Corzine hits. His first two, and Chicago has the lead. Dudley, Elo, Price, Williams. Price taking the shot, gets it to go for him.
That's a smart shot on his part. When you have the bad legs to try and get stationary and go up and shoot, it's much more difficult than being on the move going to the basket, so he might consider doing that a little bit more often.
First field goal by a Cleveland guard in the game. They have the lead back by one. Sellers hits the jumper. He has shot the ball well in this series, a 57% percentage from the field coming into this one.
Some wholesale changes. You may have seen some of the players sitting down. They got Doherty, Nance, and Saunders getting ready to come in.
Dudley back out to Elo. Elo will take it from three-point land. Wouldn't go. Harper runs into Grant, brings it back out. Gets it down to Elo. Elo and all that traffic back out to Harper, left unguarded for the open jumper. Ron Harper's first field goal of the night, and the lead goes back to the Cavaliers. Paxson takes the baseline shot, wouldn't go for him. Williams battles for the rebound, his third board of the game. Down to Harper. Elo thought about the shot, then tried to pass it off. And the Bulls back on top by one. Harper fouled on the way up.
Foul is on Dave Corzine.
Corzine committing his first.
Team's first of the quarter.
I really believe, however, though, Pete, if Cleveland's going to win this ball game and stay alive, they are going to have to continue to attack inside. That's where they had great success early when they got their lead, and then they started to go a little bit more to the outside, and that's when Chicago caught up because they started going to the basket, especially Michael
התחיל את הקריירה שלו בקליבלנד, לאחר מכן חצה את אוהיו לכיוון מישיגן ועבר לשיקגו. היה שותף כמובן לכמה מהזכיות ההיסטוריות של הבולס בשנות ה-90 כרכז פותח. גם שחקן שעבד על הפיזיות שלו ועל כוח החדירה שלו ככל שהקריירה שלו התקדמה. אתלט גדול, שומר גדול, היה כבר במדי קליבלנד.
First whistle against the Cavaliers in the second quarter. Sellers will inbound it.
And Price will have to use his leg a lot. That groin pull actually against Paxson, who plays mostly without the basketball. Of course, now with Michael out of the game, he has to do a little bit of point guard work.
Nice pass. Hodges underneath to Sellers, and Sellers converts. Bulls lead 30-29 with 8